Okay guys, so we're starting service training with this dog. It's brand new, she came in yesterday. And so I thought we'd show you just a little bit of like some initial stuff with hand signals. Because we're teaching her service tasks, and the service tasks are going to be to kind of, help the individual, push against the individual, block the individual, certain tasks that we'll train for PTSD and things like that. And so, sometimes folks don't want a verbal command because maybe they're in public and they don't, want to call attention to anything. And so what we're doing is we're teaching her hand signals. Now, we get this question a lot, like how do I teach my dog hand signals? So first off, I almost always recommend that you don't. I'm not a big fan of hand signals for obedience because in order for a hand signal to work in obedience, I gotta call the dog's attention and then get the hand signal. And so now, I've wasted a little bit of time, and things like that where it could be a little more valuable. So yeah, for obedience I don't like it. I like with obedience commands, I like the command to be the call to attention and the call to action. So I don't want to be like, hey dog, sit. I just want to be sit. Or hey dog, come. I just, come. I don't want to have to like, get the dog's attention and down, come, stuff like that. And so, like I said, rather than the command being the call to attention. And so, but for service tasks, sometimes a hand signal makes a lot more sense. Or if you do want to do it for obedience, just for fun, there's a very simple way to do it. And Molly's been doing it here, so one of the things that we will be teaching her to do, like I said, we're just starting today, is teaching her to like nudge and push into her owner. We call this a pattern interrupt. And this is something that a dog can do to kind of help somebody with their state of mind, to get them thinking about something else.
Oh. You gotta swallow this hot dog.
Choking up that cow. And so there's no command. If we were doing this with a command, we'd be doing the exact same thing. We would just be, saying it at the same time. We'd be saying like help or attend or whatever command that the owner wants. In this case, all we're doing is we're taking the food, when she's pushing against, when she's giving the response that we want, she gets the reward. Now, this is so simple. For anything that you might want to do at home with a hand signal, the way that this transpires is once she gets this concept, then then we'll maybe take away the food, and then the food comes later. Right now the food's actually in her hand, and then maybe later the food's entirely gone and we're just giving praise, and the food comes back every now and then. But like I said, this is the exact same concept. She's kind of big about it.
Punching me, yeah. Let's clean that out just a little bit.
Yeah. And she's still got a little growing to do too.
Good girl, that was good. Oh, is that too much?
And so yeah, soon we'll make it where it's just simply this. Now, in the beginning, will be somewhat obvious. As she gets better, we'll be a little bit more discreet, to where the working relationship with the owner, my guess is we'll eventually get to the point to where the owner will be able to just like a little bit of a tap and the dog will come start doing a pattern interrupt. Now we're going to teach several things to this dog. Now one of these things is going to be like a blocking command. To come stand in front. We're going to do the exact same thing. Just lead the dog across with a hand signal and some food. And we're going to be teaching the dog deep pressure. We're going to be teaching the dog a lot of things. And we would teach it the exact same way as we would with the word. Just omit the word, and in place of the word, add the hand signal. And so, like I say, this is such a simple concept. But again, it's a question we get a lot. Like, how do I do hand signals? Because folks find that it's cool. But like I say, think on it whether or not you actually want the hand signal. But for times when it does make sense, simple as this, do the training, add the hand signal. Soon the dog's going to be paying attention to the hand signal. Gradually back away the help and require that the dog just pays more attention to the, just the hand signal rather than, all of the body motion. Like I say, slowly back off on the big hand signal, make it a smaller hand signal. You're doing good, huh, pretty girl? Pretty smart little turkey. Yeah. Cool. Easy enough to do with your dogs.